Welcome back, listeners, to another 10 Scary State Stories. Sorry it took so long for another video to be posted. Life tends to find a way to place obstacles in our path, and I, Witty Weasel, let time get away from me to divulge into this channel. But never fear, the ninth inner circle doesn't rest. Darkness always slithers behind every whisper. There's always something that just catches your eye, yet cannot be explained. Let us step through this portal. I, Witty Weasel, will help guide you through the darkness. Let our senses divulge into the unknown. No quote can better describe the feeling than this.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Number 1. The South Carolina Lunatic Asylum. The South Carolina Lunatic Asylum was built between 1822 and 1827, so has had plenty of time to collect a large number of ghosts. The building is now considered to be one of the top haunted places in South Carolina. Stationed in Columbia, the building was designed by renowned architect Robert Mills. This was the second state in America to put aside funds to build a purpose-built facility for the treatment of the mentally ill. By 1950, it was housing more than 5,000 patients. There were the usual tales of lobotomies and forced sterilizations, but for the most part, it seems that South Carolina's lunatic asylum had a much better reputation than some of the other asylums of the time. When calls for institutionalization came in the 70s, South Carolina were so much slower to release patients. This was because they took the time to find homes and healthcare that the patients required. However, that doesn't mean that there wasn't enough pain and suffering to ensure that some of the lost souls that found themselves in the asylum stuck around even after death. Those who have visited the abandoned hospital say that there are unexplained cold spots, strange noises, and disembodied voices all over the building. Number 2. The Seven Devils Bridge in Woodruff, South Carolina. The Seven Devils Bridge is definitely one of the most haunted locations in South Carolina, and it is all said to be because of the restless spirits of 7 people who were hanged from the bridge. A new one has been built near where the old one was. Now the Seven Devils Bridge is located near the Price House, which is at 1200 Oakview Road in Woodruff. The old bridge was only able to be crossed on foot, but sources today seem to indicate that the new bridge can be driven over by cars. It is said that these 7 ghosts haunt the bridge at midnight each night, and that no living person is able to cross the bridge unharmed at midnight. Those who have attempted to cross during the witching hour have experienced all manner of terrifying experiences, with most ending up broken down and screaming in horror. Would you dare to face the 7 devils in the dead of night? Number 3. The Salem Black River Church in Sumter. Salem Black River Church was built back in 1846, and it is said to be home to several different ghosts. In fact, it is considered to be one of the most haunted buildings in South Carolina. One of the ghosts is said to be a specter of a Southern belle, Another is a very sad little boy often seen sobbing. It is also said to be haunted by a priest whose entire family was wiped out by the plague. At the back of the church is a small building where people have experienced cold spots, seen lights flickering, and even encountered a shadowy figure of a man who might be the priest in question. The real question, though, is would you step into this cursed church? Number 4. Cypress Garden Ruins in Monk's Corner. These ruins are not real, as they are left over from the filming of the movie The Patriot. However, many people have said they have heard and felt strange things as they pass them. I'm sure they are quite bone-chillingly creepy when you see them in person, just standing there in the middle of the swamp. Montrose Cemetery in Darlington. This cemetery has been explored by paranormal investigators and anyone brave enough to go there after dark. Established in 1789, this cemetery has quite a history. People have said to have seen orbs, hearing children, the primal scream of a woman, a hulking black figure, and have even noted that even though they were using the flash on their camera, the pictures came out pitch black. The Rose Hill Plantation in Union. Adjacent to Crybaby Bridge, Rose Hill Plantation has its own paranormal activity. Built in 1827, the family lived, died, and was buried in a cemetery on the property. This property is actually open to the public for a small fee. If you have any stories to report on the Rose Hill Plantation, please put them in the comments, as I'd like to see the many stories that unfold. Number 7. The Baynard Plantation in Hilton Head. Baynard, a wealthy man, lived in the house with his wife and children from 1840 until his death in 1849. He died in the house and was laid to rest in the family mausoleum not far away. During the Civil War, it's believed Union soldiers used the big house at Baynard for a headquarters. It subsequently got raided and burned by the Confederates. William Baynard was known to be a very wealthy plantation owner. Union soldiers heard rumors about how the Baynard Mausoleum was filled with gold, jewels, and other valuables, so they broke in to steal the goods. The story states that if you visit, you can hear and or see the funeral procession of William Baynard passing by the ruins of his home. Number 8. The Battery Carriage House in Charleston. You can't talk about the most haunted places in Charleston without mentioning the Battery Carriage House. Since the 1840s, the Battery Carriage House has been making a name for itself in the Holy City. First as one of the city's most opulent homes, and then later as a ballroom, the Battery Carriage House is now one of the city's most historic hotels, as well as one of its most haunted. Ghosts of Civil War-era soldiers are said to roam the hotel grounds, and employees report a variety of paranormal activity while they go about their daily duties. Number 9. The Old Charleston Jail. Of all of the haunted places in Charleston, none is more spoken of it in hushed whispers than the Old Charleston Jail. It has locked away innumerable crazed criminals, including the country's first female serial killer. With a history like this, it's no wonder that the Old Charleston Jail as possibly the most haunted location in Charleston. People have claimed to see human footprints suddenly appear on the ground, and items are known to vanish straight from sight. A visit to the Old Charleston Jail is not for the weak of heart. Would you dare to step inside? And now we come to number 10, the Magnolia Plantation in Charleston. Ghost stories abound on the premises, with the plantation being viewed as one of the most haunted sites in the entire country. Its history certainly lends itself to a wide array of ghosts. The plantation has been investigated by several paranormal investigators, including Travel Channel's Ghost Adventurers and Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters. Some of the ghostly experiences reported included mysterious music, disembodied coughs, a disembodied girl's voice, and on the TV series, an EVP of a woman asking, "What are you doing?" as well as a growling from an unidentified origin. So with the facts presented here, there's bound to be some paranormal, or at least some superstitious activity.